why do talking heads do this, man?
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
They just say things. Like they just literally just say things. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like they add in one adjective and it's just supposed to change the entire sentiment of what you're saying. I don't understand. All right, so before we talk about this really quick, if you guys want to support the channel, as always, clanthemerchfan.com, link in the description. All right, so this won't be a long video by any means, but as we can see here, Kendrick Perkins, man, I've done quite a few videos on Kendrick Perkins, and he has a lot of bad takes. Not always, as we're gonna see in a second. Okay, not always, but this in particular, man, I don't know how I'm supposed to take this. So he said, I said it once and I'll say it again. Anthony Davis is the most skilled power forward to ever touch the basketball. Carry on. That is such a bloated. Oh, that's so wild to me. Like, don't get me wrong, okay? Anthony Davis is a phenomenal player, okay? If he could stay healthy, he would be maybe top 10, maybe, okay, maybe. Like, he's really, really good. Don't get me wrong, okay? I'm not going to take away his championship, and he has a championship. He has a ring. So I'm not taking anything away from that. If the Los Angeles Lakers have any type of shot this season, it's going to be because of Anthony Davis. But with that being said, I don't agree with this. I don't agree that Anthony Davis is the most skilled power forward to touch the basketball. I mean, even if we try to do a checklist, all right, and I have a bias here. If you want to add your own power forward, please do. But if we're just talking about skill alone, I don't see why it wouldn't be Tim Duncan. I mean, if we're talking post moves, Tim Duncan's better. If we're talking mid-range game, Tim Duncan is better, at least in my opinion. If we're talking passing ability, definitely better. If we're talking rebounding, he's better. I don't understand where people are coming from, where they're saying Tim Duncan, or where Kendrick Perkins come from, where he's saying Anthony Davis is the most skilled power forward over Tim Duncan. I can't think of many things that Anthony Davis can do better than Tim Duncan. Maybe handle the basketball, but Tim Duncan, from the era that he's in, and we contextualize all of it, he had pretty decent handles. And but sure, face to the basket, whatever. Yeah, he can dribble better than Tim Duncan, and he can shoot threes better than Tim Duncan. I mean, even if we look here, oh sorry, that's accolades between Tim Duncan and Kendrick Perkins. I don't know how that got there. I don't know how that got there. 15 All-Star games from Timmy. I don't know how these stats got up here. What I really want to look at was this. But as we can see here, Anthony Davis has played quite a few years in the NBA thus far, 11 to be exact. If we look at the comparison between Tim Duncan and Anthony Davis, don't get me wrong, a lot of these are accolades, but great accolades goes towards some of the most skilled players in the NBA. Like, that's how you get these accolades. But as we can see, Tim Duncan, 5 rings, 2-time MVP, which, I'm sorry, when we're talking about MVPs, that's not just, that's just an accolade. That you really earned that. You were the best player, if not the second or third best player in the NBA those years. As we can see here, Finals MVPs, blah 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 blah. Rookie of the month. That's a weird one to keep up with, honestly. What the heck? All-Star MVP, he got one. Your boy AD, he got one. But overall, man, I just think that there's certain skills that we don't talk about, right? Like Tim Duncan post moves, he got him there. Rebounding, got him there. Assists, got him there. If we're talking defense, Tim Duncan's a better defender. If we're talking the skill of leadership, because that's a skill in and of itself, Tim Duncan is a better leader than Anthony Davis. I just don't understand. But this is what bothers me the most. Like, we'll see stuff like that, and I won't just leave it there. Shout out to Miguel for posting this. I was actually gonna look this up too, but as we can see here, the hypocrisy, man, because he will say something like this, like he's the most skilled, and it's like, what does that mean? The only two things he's better than Tim Duncan at is 3-point shooting and dribbling. So what are we saying here? But then here he'll go in on how great Tim Duncan is.
Richard, RJ, we're not talking about the Spurs, brother. We're talking about Tim Duncan. We're talking about the greatest. No, I don't want to hear about the system. Tim Duncan made that system, okay? We're talking about the greatest power forward of all time.
True.
By the way, sorry, KG, you're number 2 on my list, my brother. I still love you. Number 2 on my.
Then where's Anthony Davis? I don't know. It just seems like they just say things. I just wanted to bring this to you guys' attention because honestly, I wanted to look through the comments. I'll just be honest. I posted this so I can look through the comments. Because I just want to see what other people think about it. But it's like, dude, just what are we talking about? Because I don't believe Anthony Davis is more skilled than Tim Duncan. What does that mean? You mean 3-point shooting and dribbling? That's it. That's it. What can you? All right, before we get out of here, guys, can you name anything that Anthony Davis is better than Tim Duncan at? Just anything other than 3-point shooting and dribbling. I personally can't. So I'll just leave it there. I'll get with you guys later. If you want to support the channel, as always, man, clanthemerchfan.com, link in the description, or become a Patreon YouTube member, only $2 per month. Thanks for all the love. Until next time. Bye.